Morning, my mate. I hope you sort of settling back down again. Well done again for Sunday. I think without any practice, and obviously the heat and just jet lag running onto the course. Okay, pretty good, especially concerning tee shots. Okay, very, very happy. We have found that either when you take a break or you don't practice or you've been traveling, whatever, the short game doesn't hold up. Okay, so obviously we have been focused on the swing, trying to get the ball striking as consistent as possible. But a lot of our warm-ups, those L2Ls and all that type of stuff, fall into the short game. All right, so we've just got to make sure that we stay on top of that. But yeah, overall we know where we are. I'm pretty happy with where we are. Keep pushing this posture, this club face. When I say posture, remember I'm also talking about the shoulder plane and the backswing, so that can start the changes of posture. So we just keep working on it, obviously. But I do want the short game to hold up a little bit better. All right. And then as per our discussions, the focus is being able to adapt. All right. Now, at some point, I think in the next few weeks, we need to start building a process for each shot. So tee shot, what is our process? Iron shot, what is our process? Short game, what is our process? Putting, what is our process? Okay, we just got to have these different processes in place for the different shots. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about that in the upcoming weeks, but we are going to practice that way this week. All right, so once we get into our swing drills, I want you doing, you'll see there in your lesson notes, okay, although we're doing our swing drills, I want 2 reps with a pitching wedge of our drill, 2 reps 7-iron, 2 reps 3-wood, 1 or 2 reps driver depending, and then the last rep of that drill is a little lob wedge shot, 40 yards or 30 yards, whatever it is. Okay, so that's how I want to practice for the upcoming weeks. See if that helps you transition between tee balls, irons, short game, tee balls, irons, short game. All right, okay. Where we at? Okay, obviously, often a little bit of a late set. Okay, but basically a little bit inside and open and then sort of flicking. All right, so we're trying to get a little shorter, a little stronger, a little more set. When I say stronger, sort of more over, not flattening out. Okay, and then obviously same sort of feel on the downswing. All right, so that's where we're at, and just trying to get comfortable with that, and then just keep the short game good or solid at least. Okay, short game being good can take time, reps, visualization, all that type of stuff. I just want it solid. I don't want you miss-hitting short game shots. Okay, and again, it'll come down to not enough set. Okay, and probably just a little bit of movement. Okay, right, so that is how we're going to warm up. Okay, so just want to do a few shut and holds to warm up. Okay, remember shut and hold is much closer to your golf swing than you think, but little half swing shut. Hold that lag in that face. Okay, to warm up. Okay, don't do much more than half swings, yeah? I wouldn't mind seeing those, so you can video a few of those for me as well. Just to translate is how shut it is and how well are you holding the face through the hit. Okay, because those things are going to help what we're trying to do. All right, and then just a little bit of face awareness for the short game. That's what we're going to do as the second part of our warm-up. All right, so we've got to have a couple of options for different lies and different shots and whatever, and just understand chipping, chip and run, pitching, all that type of stuff. So just a little bit of face awareness, and I think this will really help not only your short game, but your understanding of the golf swing. All right, so you can do sort of 2 or 3 of each and just keep kind of spinning around. Okay, but basically we've got our open-faced shot. This can be for your short bunker shots, not your waist area, greenside bunker shots, little flops over the bunker, pitch shots, like that type of stuff, right? So what we do there, a little bit wider in the stance, and that is all fine for now, okay? But basically, I want you to learn to just open the face gently on the backswing. Okay, so let the toe rotate a little bit open on the backswing. Okay, turn through nicely. Okay, and see what happens to the flight. Right? I think you should do all of your short game stuff with something just outside the toe line. Okay, I still think your bad short game shot is going to be a bit of a chunk or a bit of a heel strike. Okay, and then we're going to go shut face. So very much shut and hold drill. Okay, except with a lob wedge or possibly a sandwich. Okay, but just get a touch closer to the golf ball as well and get those hands nice and high so we take the heel out. Okay, a little up and down and shut. Okay, that's your little trappy, low chip and run with a sandwich or a lob wedge. Very reliable shot. Okay? Didn't disturb a thing. Okay, and then just a little square. Now, square, when we're chipping, square is kind of square to the circle. Okay, so the face stays square and the body just rotates. Okay, and basically we're trying to make a little half circle. That's what you want to visualize. All right, you want to visualize that. So the face is just moving on a little arc. All right, and that ball, that club is just kind of fitting or sliding under the ball. Okay, that's our sort of stock chip. Now, as you do that, the ball just kind of roll up the face a little bit. So there's our square to square is kind of just a little arc just created here. All right, so that's our square to square. Just fit the club underneath the ball, just kind of gets in the way. Okay, so open the face. Okay, strike it nicely. Okay, you can see that start out right. That's because this is 7-9. Okay. Then our little shut and hold, low trappy one, and then our square to square. Okay, so we've got 3 short game options. Now, one will feel better than the other, more reliable, blah, blah. Okay, but others will just suit certain shots. Okay, so just figure it out. It will tie in as well to what we're doing with the golf swing. All right, so work hard on that short game little workout in there in the warm-up. Okay, and then swing-wise, very simple this week, except for how we're doing it, as I explained. Pitching wedge 7-9-3 wood driver, lob wedge. All right, okay, so first round is shoulder plane. Okay, so just making sure that we maintain the shoulder plane, it doesn't flatten out. Okay, shoulder plane, and then try adding a little bit of shoulder plane on the down, but mostly I'm talking backswing shoulder plane, yeah? Right, and then second part is 3/4 swings, okay, but with a hinge. Okay, preferably a nice early hinge. Okay, but 3/4 swing with the hinge. That's what you're trying to do. Okay, 3/4 swing with the hinge. All right, and we're going to see how it relates from the pitching wedge to the 3-wood. How much is the hinge? How much is the length control of the swing? Okay, and sort of, you know, the timing of it. I suspect with the 3-wood, the hinge is going to be much, much later. Okay, we'll kind of get ourselves into this ugly position here. We're just going to get out of that position and out of that position. It's kind of our 2 main things. Everything else is actually really, really good. Okay. Thank you, my mates. Send me some videos. Let me know if you need anything else. I'll chat to you during the week. Have a good one, bud.